Nexxlegacy.
Fenty Beauty by Rihanna was created with the promise of inclusion for everyone, with an unmatched offering of shades and colors for all skin tones. You'll never look elsewhere for your beauty staples. Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by Fenty Beauty. Browse their foundation line, lip colors, and so much more. All you have to do is go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. And click on the link that says Nexxlegacy Fenty.
Nexxlegacy.
Hi, my name is Tiara, Osuna, and you're tuned into Danaya Azure's radio.
Hello, Tiara. Welcome to Danaya Azure Radio. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. So I got connected to you through the phenomenal Miss Sherry Gerhardt, owner of the Miss Royalty International pageant. So go ahead and tell everybody what your title is.
My title is Mrs. Royalty International.
Beautiful. So how did you originally get connected into pageants?
So I did my first pageant when I was a sophomore in high school. It was the Muncie chapter Indiana Black Expo. One of my real good friends talked me into doing this pageant. She had competed in it. She won. And, she talked it up. And I was like, okay. So I came home, told my mom that evening, like, I really want to do this pageant. So I did the pageant. And that was my first pageant ever. And I won. So, and I hadn't done the pageant since Miss Royalty International pageant. So this is years later. And so I was really excited, nerves all over the place. But when they announced me as a winner, I was more calm. But I couldn't hold back the tears of joy. So, yes.
So what would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to pageants?
I feel like a lot of people think that pageants they can be judgmental and like very strict, but I also think it's like the particular pageants that you choose. If you read about certain pageants, you always go with the one that fits you more. Mm-hmm. Like as for the Miss Royalty International, what I love about them is they push their queens, they treat everybody equally, and they're very helpful. Like it's nothing but love there the whole time.
Absolutely. So what would you say is some of your do's and don'ts when it comes to being in a pageant?
Do's and don'ts when it comes to being in a pageant. Do's, make sure you read over the paperwork. Not once, but constantly. Because you might not pick up something the first time, but the more you read each section, you will pick up something new each time. Believe me, I did it constantly. I read over the contract, what you need to do for each area of competition, and it was very helpful. Always follow the rules. Like one of the rules was we couldn't have a split in our dress, so I made sure I followed that rule because, I'll be honest, I am one to love like nice formal dress with a split, but it was fine not having that. So, I followed the rules and made sure that I hit everything. So. And then don't not follow the rules. Just make sure that's like the number one thing. Follow the rules, get along with everybody. Just, be yourself and make sure you follow all guidelines and you'll be fine in the pageant.
Definitely. So what is your platform?
My platform is Queens and Kings Are Us. This platform focuses on youth ages from 6 to 19. How this platform came along was I used to be a provider at my previous job. And, I worked with families trying to work on reunification with DCS and everything. And also home-based caseworker with children that needed extra services. When kids hit you with certain questions and just feel like they're not important enough or loved, I just wanted to give back something to the community. And so this would be a program with mentors. Um, each group will have one age group all the way up to high school, and those that may be in college or just going learn life skills, just having that shoulder to lean on and being able to talk to and teach them, encourage them, push them, let them know they are not alone. That's what my platform is all about.
Explain how important it is for kids to have expression, because I feel like a lot of these schools are so focused on they gotta have all of the basics and they can only do reading, writing, and arithmetic. They don't understand how important it is for these kids to be able to express themselves and have fun and have a personality.
Yes, most definitely. If you're not able to do that, I mean, there's a time to be serious and there's a time that you need to have fun. Just be able to relax and just express yourself, have that personality. Like, I feel like adults will understand children more and children will understand adults more if they would let them be themselves. That's just like me telling my child to be serious at all times. Oh, you can't be yourself, even though this is the silly person, but what if that personality is what brings them into their career of being a comedian? And now I'm taking that away from them because they're thinking that they always have to be serious. But now you've missed out on your opportunity for a career that you could have been a comedian. This is how I look at things because everybody needs to be able to express themselves. And that's how I feel.
Absolutely. Explain the danger of this crazy phrase of children being seen but not heard.
So I did learn a quote from being at a Juneteenth event, and I look up to their vice president very, very much. Her name's Derica Watson, and the quote was, "A child not embraced by its village will burn it down to feel its warmth."
Oof.
And that really stuck with me. And you think about it like these children is not getting paid attention to or heard, whether it's at home, school, with another family member or friends, whatever it may be. What causes them to go out to get this attention that they're seeking? And so that's how I looked at that quote. Okay, so the children that people just judge that are getting in trouble, we're not thinking that adults are judging them like, oh, they're just a troubled child. All they want to do is hang with the wrong crowd, wrong people. Okay, well, come on this side. What is making them do that? Did they express this to their parent and they just brushed it off, not paid attention, didn't think it was important? So they go out there and get in trouble to get them involved. So you have to look at it at both angles. You can't just blame it all on a child. So I feel like that's where they're not being embraced. They're going to go out there to get this one and get your attention one way or the other.
Absolutely. And I remember when I was a kid, I was lucky enough that my parents allowed me to express myself and speak up for myself. Because I knew that when I said something was wrong at school, my mom was going to be like, "What happened? Let's work it out. How serious is the situation?" You know what I mean? My dad was kind of the one, like, I'll go get the report card. But whenever I needed to speak up about something, I always went to my mom because she was that one. She never had an issue. If I was like, there was a book called Of Mice and Men that I refused to read because the character that was African American, it was a slur. The N word was his name throughout the majority of the book, and I was like, I think I read maybe a couple pages, and I was like, I'm not reading this, and I refused to. And my mom came up there, and she was like, my child's not reading this. I don't understand why this is a classic. So she told you that she wasn't going to read it. Y'all thought she was kidding. She's not going to read this. Give her something else. You know what I mean? But a lot of people never said anything because they were too afraid to get in trouble, too afraid to hurt the system. I'm not going to traumatize my brain so you can have some classic, whatever y'all call a classic. I'm just not doing that. You know what I mean? And but when kids don't feel supported, they'll just kind of go through the motions. That's how you wind up with kids going to going to see things like slavery plays. Like I don't understand how that occurred, and no one said anything. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I mean, I feel that where you're coming from, because you should be able to express and speak up if something's not agreeing with you. I don't feel like no one should be forced to sit through any trauma or something that could trigger them and think it's going to be okay. So I'm glad that you did have that relationship with your mother to be able to speak up, and then you guys go find a solution, because you shouldn't have been penalized for that at all.
Absolutely. Tiara, as soon as I got her on Danaya Azure Radio, I know people were like, she's a beauty queen. Yeah, but her platform is about supporting children. So we're going to talk about supporting children.
Yes.
You know, and I think
Yes.
and I think that's also like kind of the misconception when it comes to pageants. They're like, oh, they're just talk about little girly stuff, and no, it's not about how pretty the crown is gorgeous, of course. The dress is slaying, honey. She looks phenomenal in New York, but it's about that platform.
Thank you. Yes. And that's one thing I appreciate about this pageant, because sometimes I am on the shy side and I do need that little push. And I can say Miss Royalty International has given me that push to go ahead and just completely push this platform through. So my next step is working on getting programs in the school here in my community, and then eventually moving it on to others. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when everything is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
when everything's said and done, my legacy, I want people to remember me, not just for my platform, but who I am. I am such a loving person. I'm always wanting to help people, wanting them to be successful. Um, just like the other girls that I model with, whether they're younger or older. I am a model coach as well. So I just want them to be way better than what I am now. I started at a late age, but they have it. And I want them to push and constantly push themselves. Don't listen to all the he or she say, and just go forward. Just go for your dreams. Just always remember me as that loving person that always supported and pushed you to be the best version of yourself. So
So what does it take to be a model coach? Explain the skills that you have to have.
for one, you got to have the skills of patience, because some people do not learn quick like the others, and that is the honest truth. I mean, you have to have patience. It may take someone else longer than the other person, so you need to pull them aside. Don't embarrass them in front of anybody. You always like evaluate each person. Make sure you know that everyone's not the same.
Yes.
Evaluate, see what this model is better at, and then may need more area of work in this part, and then go on to the next person. And you just got to go down the line just like that, and just keep working with them and see what area they need, and make sure they realize and have the right information that they need to be successful in that career as well.
I love that you said make sure that you don't embarrass them. I think what a lot of coaches do, this is just they forget that you're a model coach, not a football coach. So like you want to make sure that your model is happy and is having fun and is slaying the runway, but is healthy. The most important thing is about your model's health. That's why you're their coach, because you're guiding them to be phenomenal.
Yes, having a high self-esteem and like just having the full positivity about yourself is just everything to me. So, and words hurt. And people don't realize that. Sometimes you may come across thinking you're okay with it, but it comes across wrong to somebody else that sticks with them. So you have to be very, very careful of what you say to people, because you don't know what they are going through. Like a simple smile could change somebody's day.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I mean, you have to take in everything. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like a little cautious on when it comes to certain things. You have to bite your
Abs-
tongue, even when you're frustrated. Just keep going. So that's
Absolutely. And that's so important. I wish more teachers thought like you. I think the problem that we have with a lot of teachers, and some are absolutely amazing, but some have been there a
yes.
little bit too long, and so they forgot why they're there, and
Hmm.
it becomes no longer about the student, but about their pension. And
Yes.
you can tell that you genuinely care about the kids that you worked with, and that's why your program is going to be incredibly successful because you have the heart to do it and you understand the value of youth. And that is so important because I think a lot of people for a very, very long time did not even understand the value of youth. And now they're getting it now because they're coming out in numbers and they're coming out really smart because we help to guide them. But when
Yes.
we were younger, they were definitely on the be seen and not heard situation. Just do what
Yes.
I say. Don't even ask questions. Well, I have several questions. Wait a second.
It is very strict. And one
Yeah.
thing I would want youth to know today, like some of them are a little shy and because they don't want to get yelled at or
Mm-hmm.
anything, but I would want them to know like you have an opinion, you have the right to voice your opinion. Just make sure you do it in a respectful way.
Yes.
Don't be rude
Exactly.
about it. Just come across respectful and you will be
Exactly.
okay.
Yes. And the one thing that I want youth to know, and teenagers in general, you are valuable. You
Yes.
are more than just whatever clothes you're wearing, whatever shoes you're wearing. You are valuable to my athletes. You are people first. You are not just a number. You are not
Yes.
just the person that helped the team when you are a person and remember that you are valuable too. It's not just about how many times you win. It's about how many times you get back up and
Yes.
proceed.
Yes. And that's something that adults also have to remember too. Like
Oh, for sure.
just because this is the best athlete on your field or anything, you always encourage the whole team. Let's
Yes.
get everybody to this level. Because guess what? When this valuable athlete gets hurt and then you're not showing his attention no more, then where's their headspace now?
That part. That part there. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. When it comes to the quote unquote top athletes, when they're not on top, don't bring them down.
Do not
Just
bring them.
support them the same way that you did when they were on top. Because that's how they get back to the top. Shout out to Simone Biles, by the way, because y'all had a lot to say last Olympics. A lot to say last Olympics, and that she came back and took all the gold again. Period. So,
Yes, yes. I'm very proud of Simone. I'm proud of how she didn't take the criticism to heart. She took that criticism as I'm going back harder at the Olympics and I'm going to show them what I can do. So that
exactly.
was very amazing.
It really, really was, and we need to see that, right? Because what I know you were around when Dominique Dawes was there, right? And she was the only one that was getting that was there. But now you have Simone Biles, you have Rebecca Andrade, like it, and just so much black girl magic around the world catching Olympic medals, and it's just really really dope to see that and to
It's
see that they've been
very,
able to heal beyond the situation.
yes, yes.
Yes,
I
yes,
love to
yes.
see
You
it.
are so amazing. Let me just start there. You are absolutely incredible. I can see why Sherry was like, you got to interview these queens because every single queen she brings me is just takes my breath away in terms of how phenomenal you guys are,
Thank
and
you.
because you're so genuine and you're so graceful. And you, each and every one of you, really do care about your platforms, and you can tell that in your
Yes.
personalities.
Yes, and I am very supportive of my Queen Sister platform. So I just want to encourage them to keep going. Even though we might not be in the same state or city, if they post something or need anything or post in the group chat, then we all will be supportive of each other. And that's one thing that I love about being in this pageant and competing in it. It's a big sisterhood. And I
Yes,
love that everybody is there for everybody. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, you are amazing. I
thank
wish we had
you.
more teachers like you. And I hope whatever teacher's listening understands that this is what you do to children. This is how you treat them.
Yes, I'm a
Show them
coach.
how
So
valuable they are each and every day.
yes, so I coach two cheer teams, and so having a whole bunch of girls, from the younger girls for my younger cheer team to my high school cheer team, then that's very important. So yes, coaching them is like one of my big important things in my life. I just want them all to be successful, and I'm there for them whether we're at practice or not at practice. They know they can text me anytime if they need anything. So
Yes, absolutely. So go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
okay, so my Facebook is Tiara Osuna, and my first name is spelled just like the crown, Tiara. Last name is Osuna. My Instagram is Purple Rain underscore 0809, and my TikTok is Purple Rain 28. And you can book me through those sites if you just message me. So
Awesome. Go ahead and give your shout outs before we get out of here.
Who do I want to shout out? First, I want to shout out my parents for being very, very supportive. Love you guys. Thank you for raising me to be strong. Definitely have to shout out the amazing Sherry Gearhart, the Mrs. Heart of USA. Thank you for all the opportunities, and I definitely love everything that you have brought to us as women to let us know that we are very important in this world and to keep going. And then my family in general, my husband and my children, thank you so much for being supportive. I know a lot of times you guys can't make it to everything, but I know you're supporting and rooting me on. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
thank you. It was amazing. I was excited for today.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Have an amazing day and continue to express what makes you unique.
How's everybody doing? This is Uncle Rhino here, sending a big shout out and a bunch of love to the Danaya Azure radio show, to our people over there at the Nexxlegacy platform. We are super excited to be a part of everything that these guys are doing and for them to be a part of everything we're doing. That said, it's time to get everybody to start cruising back over to UncleRhino.com, UncleRhino.com. Start checking out the updates. We are fixing to start with the updates because we are now booking shows that will be going on into 2025, live appearances and performances. And everything that we're doing is to get to you. Everything that we're doing is for you. You are the person in every song that we write. You are the rock star of every show. That being said, check out the online store at the menu there at UncleRhino.com. If you will do this, if you show up to any of the live shows with t-shirts, hats, any of the gear from the online store, when you show up at a live show, you will automatically become a VIP member for the night. You will be hanging out with me and the band after the show. So please check out UncleRhino.com as soon as you have a moment. Check out the online store. Everything that you do is supporting what we're doing. You are loved and appreciated.
Nexxlegacy.
Are you searching for the perfect gift? Or do you just need a unique statement piece for yourself? Well, either way, Danaya Azure help you out. What you need is the S for S jewelry collection by Danaya Designs for you. S for S stands for strictly for a stage. Stand out at your next photo or video shoot. Snag that magazine cover. Go from being a part-time extra to an actor or actress who stays booked. Or Just be the talk of the town at every event. Danaya Design for You jewelry is handcrafted and Chicago made for men, women, and children. To start your collection, simply go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. That's
Nexxlegacy.